up, YouTube family? Desiree here with Divine Geomatrix DG readings. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I hope the new year's been treating you right. I'm sorry that I've been on a hiatus lately. I've been really taking care of business and trying to get, Divine Geomatrix off the ground and get the word out there. So I've been really, scheduling one-on-ones and going to networking groups and all of that good stuff. So this Saturday, actually, I have an event in Carlsbad. So for my lovely San Diegans out there, if you are interested, all of the information is on my IG. You can find all of the information below in my description box of this video. And I believe the Eventbrite link is connected to my bio on my Instagram account. So, thank you guys for listening to that little intro. I hope, again, all of you guys are having a great New Year's so far. I know that the energies have been a little bit weird. We kind of have this stillness going on right now. So right now there's no planets in retrograde, and that's absolutely crazy because I know you guys can feel that, like, that weird, like, wait, what is going on? Shouldn't I be feeling something else? Just kind of questioning, like, the energies around us, and that's normal. But all is well, guys. Find peace. At the end of the day, this time is a great time to start new projects that maybe you've been putting off to the back burner due to the calm waters and the calm energy that the planets are really, exerting and relaying. I highly recommend tapping into those idea journals of yours and really make those ideas come to fruition. So I wanted to hop on YouTube today because I know I've been neglecting the content on the video portals. I was starting to utilize a converter, and I thought that was going to actually be more beneficial for my videos since they were hitting like an hour and a half. But it was actually more of a headache than it was beneficial for me. So I'm just going to go back to downloading it directly from my phone and make sure that I'm connected to Wi-Fi the whole time. And hopefully I can catch you guys up on what I've recorded for last week and this week as well. But since we are in Aquarius season, I wanted to say happy birthday to our Aquarians out there. I definitely plan on, recording your guys' monthly reading, especially in light of your birthday season starting. So, yeah, I also wanted to bring up that today is a new moon. So today is a new moon in Aquarius as well, which is actually really amazing. So think of it this way, like, we're in Aquarian season, and then we also have a new moon in Aquarius. So the energies are definitely more like go with the flow, and very tied with the Aquarian energy out there. So I know that for my current followers and those who are returning, welcome back and good to see you guys. For my newbies, thank you for joining me and good to see you. I usually start off with my calendar quote of the day, and today is an affirmation. It says, "I give up freely what no longer serves me. I release it to create space for what inspires me." And I just feel like that's such a beautiful quote because, I follow a lot of tarot readers. Since I utilize oracle cards in my videos, I like to listen to other readers that use tarot cards. And there's this guy named Eric. He's with Divine Conversations. Highly recommend his videos. He does them on a regular basis, so every single day, and then he has one for the weekend. Today he did one for the weekend, and it's so funny, it actually really correlated with my calendar quote of the day in regards to creating space, doing what inspires you, the work is never done kind of ordeal, and just to put aside your fears and really go for it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's reading, guys. Give me a second. I usually turn on my candle during my videos, but I can't seem to find my lighter, so just give me a quick second. All right, cool, thank you. And let's turn this on. I shuffled all my cards. I don't have a pre-shuffle, but I did shuffle my cards since I haven't used them in a little while for my readings. We are going to dive in and do all of the decks today. I know it's a little bit lengthy when I do this, but we got this, okay? Like I said, I've been kind of on a hiatus, and I feel like today's energy is definitely an important topic to talk about, and to really get that message and that content from the divine out there. So let's go ahead and create space, guys. Wow, I am all over the place today. I don't even have Palo Santo out either. So let's start with Palo Santo. For my returners, I'm sure you guys are aware what this is. And for my newbies out there, Palo Santo is basically like sage in that it clears energy and really restarts the space around you, including the energy field that you have. Just clear the space for my reading today and for my viewers. All right. So the great thing about Palo Santo is, even though it's very similar to sage in that it clears the energy, it actually doesn't smell as potent as sage does. So if you guys are sensitive, I would recommend finding some Palo Santo. Alrighty, second way of clearing some space and energy is the Tibetan singing bowl. I am just going to play just a few rounds of this, and all I ask my viewers to do is to breathe in and out fully, and really create space in your heart center, in your third eye, in your throat, in your crown, all of your upper half chakras, so that you can really accept the messages that the divine has in store for you. Okay? And then I do want to disclose, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Guys, the energy is fluid and time is endless. So if you're watching this for the new moon on January 24th, 2020, great. If you're not, this still might apply, and you might, be drawn to this video for a certain reason. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and just clear some space. Awesome. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start off with the Native Heart Healing Oracle. Hi, Spirit. Please allow me to be an open channel for the collective for our new moon reading on January 24th, 2020. I ask this with love and light from your guidance always. Thank you. Okay, Spirit saying 3 shuffles here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to start off with the first 3 cards. Cool. We're definitely healing, I'll give you that. So it feels like the collective energy is Ancient Butterfly. This is the number 28. This is the master number 11 if you add the 2 numbers together. Guys, please don't pay attention to my manicure. I really need to fix that later, but yeah, sorry I didn't get to it earlier. Anyways, 28 is the number. If you add the two numbers together, that's 10. Sorry, 10, I can't count. And that's also a master number, basically beginning a new cycle, closing a cycle, beginning a new cycle, kind of like a death and rebirth, but in a spiritual way. And the color that it correlates with is green, and so that is definitely the heart chakra, in which that we're really following our hearts and doing what it is that really make us, like, bring us passion and make us different and sets us aside from everyone else. But in doing so, while we're following those passions, we're really seeing how we can give back and help the world and help others and help our peers and help those around us and help those in need. And that has a lot to do with the soul work and getting in touch with yourself and really, again, going internally and doing that work to heal past traumas and past lives and just to really move forward into this new cycle. Grandmother Moon, which is the number 11, which is also a master number, talking about ascension and spiritual growth and renewal in a way. This definitely talks about phases, so kind of like as a cycle ends, you're starting a new cycle. This, to skim through it, this talks about a shining example. This too shall pass, and trust your feelings. It's guiding you to step back within the sacred lunar cycles. In doing so, you will find yourself within the divine ebb and flow of our great universe. It talks about Grandmother Moon tells us that to seek is to not find, and that to try promotes an element of failure. However, there are no wrongs, and this is not about succeeding or failing, but allowing and surrendering yourself to the divine flow of all that is. So yeah, it's definitely, you're being called to do something, guys. We're all really following our passions, and those passions aren't just a coincidence. The divine really is reminding us, hey, wake up, this is really what your calling is. Like, are you forgetting? Kind of type, like, energy. So again, like ending a phase and renewing a new one. So Butterfly Goddess is the number 27. If you add the two numbers together, that's 9. 9 is the number of change, and this is definitely fitting for the last two cards that I've been reading as well. So Goddess Butterfly, it's almost like you're cocooning and you're starting anew. It says transition, nonverbal communication, and soulmate. So this feels like also a connection, like a love connection going on. So maybe like divine counterparts, maybe twin flames, maybe you guys are really coming in union with a soulmate connection to awaken you and remind you of who you are in the spiritual realm, and kind of like what your purpose is here. It says this mandala presents to those that are ready to spread their wings and fly and nurture other precious souls who are awaiting their own transformation. You will notice that the butterfly within this mandala is surrounded by a circle of small pods. These pods represent those souls who are awaiting metamorphosis, and a large part of your journey now is to show them the way. So it looks like you guys are going to be like a spiritual teacher in some way, really domino effect collective change by starting within yourself and then being able to reiterate that journey within your peers to allow them to do the same. It's almost like you're showing up for yourself so that you allow other people to show up for themselves, and therefore we're all showing up for the world to change, and we're all showing up to change the world together. But we have to do so in unison in order for it to actually make a huge difference. So we have to start within ourselves and really waking up. If you guys are familiar with the term light seekers, think of them as like rays of light that just kind of beam through our world, right? So the more people awaken and really see that beam of light come through from their souls, the brighter and the more illumination that we have around our world. Therefore, it creates this idea of like peace on earth and compassionate, more of a compassionate world versus the aggression that we've been dealing with for the past 10 plus years. It says, share your gift with the world. This mandala speaks of the language of love, which is not heard by ears, but quite simply felt by the heart. Again, you're really exerting unconditional love, learning that idea of unconditional love within oneself, and then also with like for those around you. Okay. Grounding, ascending your values and sensitivities is the third card I pulled, which is your crown chakra. Crown chakra is the number 35, and that equals the number 8. If you think of the number 8, it's again that like closing of a cycle, going into a new cycle, and it also talks about for me it talks about that like unconditional like love and endless like spirit kind of thing. Be open to your wilderness. Here you will find the unexplainable raw beauty and divine guidance of who you really are. Yeah, so for those who are not familiar with your chakras, your crown chakra is actually up here. And the more that you really open up to the divine guidance, the more that you feel connected. Therefore, all of those ideas that might be coming into, into mind or to mind in general, are definitely not a coincidence. They're being sent from the divine to remind you of your soul purpose and who you are and what your passions are. So pay attention and definitely be open to change, but be open to change in a way that you're just allowing your light to illuminate more instead of like holding back and allowing your fears and your insecurities to dim that. At the end of the day, we're not here to sit in darkness. We're not here to suffer. We have this misconception of what life is supposed to be like. And at the end of the day, guys, you're supposed to really shine your light and allow others to see who you are, like unconditionally and raw and just, and I know that sounds scary because it's being raw kind of implies that you have to be vulnerable. But why does vulnerability have to be this gross, ugly thing? Like, we're all human. We all go through shit. We all go through some stuff that, I'm sorry to say, but it's not always just peaches and cream, guys. It's not always going to be roses and butterflies and rainbows. Like, we have to share that with each other so that we know that, hey, you're only human. You go through it too. Like, I'm not this big alien that goes through some weird stuff. Like, no, we are all human. We're all going through the same stuff. We just have to remind each other that, look, you're not alone. Like, I got you. Like, I completely get you. I can feel for you. Like, I can empathize with that 100%. So be more compassionate with that, and be more compassionate not only within yourself, but also for the mirrors around you, which are people, your peers, those who you come across with on a regular basis, or even just random people that you see like anywhere. Be compassionate, be gentle with yourself and those around you. Very, very important, guys. We are being called to be more compassionate with each other. All right, that's beautiful. So, Spirit, can you please give me a little bit more clarity on this reading and the energies for the new moon in Aquarius today. 2 and 1 more. Please provide a clear message for January 24th, new moon in Aquarius 2020. Ooh. Is that supposed to be upside down? Is that supposed to be upside down? Okay. Ooh, these are all upside down. guys. Sorry, I had to just check really quick if these were meant to be upside down. Okay, so the overall collective card that I got is Caring Connections, and this is in reverse. And then also at the bottom of this card is the Sun in reverse. Oh, wow. Bottom 3? Okay. I'm being called to take the bottom 3. And then it looks like the collective card in that, after that, would be the Goddess of the Moon, which is card number 52. Alright, so Door to Spirit came out in reverse. This is card number 32. Let's see. So it feels like, it feels like someone's we're resisting, but let's see. So Door to Spirit is spiritual awakening and new beginnings. When this card is reversed, you may find yourself feeling an extreme disconnect. It seems your intuition is failing and you can't maintain the peaceful moments you are longing for. You may be too distracted by worldly matters or personal problems to arrive at the deeper sense of your spiritual connection. The paradox is that the more that you can let go of the drama, distractions, or intense emotions, the more your spiritual peace will bring you solutions for these issues. So relax and let go. Meditate on your soul self, your higher self that resides in your own heart center. Allow that connection to grow, and you'll find that many new doors will open as a result. Okay. So spend more time meditating. And if you guys don't know what meditation is, there are guided meditation videos all over YouTube. You can also just sit in silence and, sit in the sun and sit in silence. Just take a few breaths. Really, meditation is all about going back to your breath. So if you're breathing in and breathing out fully, it's the energy is naturally going to flow out of you. But you have to have the intention prior to even hitting that meditative state or that moment of silence of releasing what no longer serves and to really restart yourself. The second card I pulled is Storm Warning, and this is actually in reverse as well. This is card number 10. So card number 32 has to do with the number 5, which to me is also change, but change within oneself, change within the spiritual awakening period. That's what it feels like. So clouds on the horizon for Storm Warning, and it says this card reverse indicates that the dark times are behind you, or at least beginning to fall away. You can take heart that sunny skies and better times are on the horizon. This new light may bring a time of reassessment and redirection for you. Let yourself consider where you want to go next. Also spend some time reflecting on the difficulty that has passed. What was the lesson for you? Whether it's about self-love or empowerment, remember to bring these intentions into your bright new path. Very important. So I get that we go through life and sometimes we don't see that there were lessons tied with certain things and certain situations. But I highly recommend, guys, to kind of step back and look at your life and your reality as a third party perspective, so that you can regain clarity on what lessons that you learned in 2019, what lessons you've learned this month going into February. This new moon is a way to reflect on the past cycles and let go of the stuff that were stunting your growth, so that when you enter this new cycle, you have a fresh perspective and fresh mindset to go basically, full on. Yeah, that's super exciting. I mean, it doesn't feel like bad energy here, guys. It just feels like you guys are awakening, and that the new moon is really going to serve its purpose in regards to really shaking yourself up, giving you a wake-up call, showing you what your passions are and how you can be, in a sense, a spiritual teacher to those around you, and be that light worker so that those around you can also illuminate their light, and we can create change in the world. Appreciation is the third card that I pulled, and this is also in reverse. It says the appreciation card is warning that you're missing some important opportunities. You've lost your sense of gratitude and have gotten caught up in the prickly brambles of negativity and possibly even despair. Stop focusing on what you don't have, even if it seems to be a lot. Instead, find something to appreciate about yourself and your life. Choose to focus on the little things with gratitude and acknowledgement. Your refusal to appreciate even the small pleasures will cause them to drop from your hands and keep you stuck in some of your problem patterns, causing you to lament your lack even more. Let go of the negative focus and spend some time every day acknowledging what you have to be grateful for. Remember, the more you appreciate your life, the more your life will appreciate in value. That's very, very true, guys. It all starts with gratitude, being grateful for what you have. Because if you're not grateful for what you have and you're constantly wishing and wanting more, what's going to happen when you do get that? And you're just going to be there and you're going to want more and you're going to want something different and you're going to want and want and want. And it's just going to be this never-ending cycle of wanting. But when you see that what you have is already enough to be grateful for, then when you receive that what you want, you're going to be even more grateful for receiving it, and also more grateful that it's in your life at that point. So the next one is Caring Connections, card number 14. Again, this is the number 5. So what is it? 2, 5, and 5. Well, 11, 5, 5. 1, 9. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of looking at the numbers here. But anyways, Caring Connection is the next card. I'm sorry if I'm going a little fast. I have an event that I have to go to later today, and so I wanted to get this done, this reading out there for you guys, so that you have it ready for later today and for your weekend. And then later I will try to drop the videos that I've been behind on. That way you guys can catch up. Okay. So Caring Connections, card number 14, Friendship Partnership of 2 Possible Love. Reversed. This card reversed signals a break in communication or parting of ways of 2 people. Whether romantic, social, or business, the present connection seems to be at or close to an end. If this is the case, consider what healthy action needs to be taken to move on. As difficult as parting may be, it can often lead to bigger and better things. Keep in mind both the logical and emotional aspects of leaving this connection behind. Make plans, vent your feelings. Always remember, with every ending, a new beginning is at hand. So the card that I pulled for the Goddess Butterfly is definitely correlating with that, but in a sense that it's kind of like maybe you guys are ending like false connections or relationships that no longer serve a purpose, to really get ready for those soulmate connections, those twin flames connections, those counterpart connections, whatever you want to call them. And the spiritual awakening is also prepping you for that union. So not everyone's going to resonate with the twin flame unions, but I'm sure that you have a karmic connection that is more of like a soulmate connection that's really helping you to wake up and do the work within yourself, to regain the confidence to go after your heart's desires and do so without any regret or concern of other people's judgment. Okay, card number 1 is the Sun, and this is in reverse, guys. So it says, a creative project may be blocked at this time, or you could be feeling your own creativity being stifled in some way. These challenges could be imposed from outer sources, or they could actually be coming from within. Are you standing in your own way, stopping self-expression out of fear or self-doubt? If so, it's time to let go of fear and be willing to take a risk. The Sun reverse can also indicate a period of time when you find yourself living in the darkness of confusion, lack of direction, or even depression. Reclaim your power and take back emotional control of your life. Stop focusing on the clouds. Like the sun, the light of your soul shines no matter what difficulty or darkness may be clouding the horizon. Your power and light are always present, able to bring healing and renewal through strong, self-directed choices in any situation. So let go of doubt, let go Wow. Sorry guys, let me just reread this last sentence. Your power and light are always present, able to bring healing and renewal through strong, self-directed choices in any situation. So let go of the doubt, let your creativity come forth, and know that you deserve to shine. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So guys, this is really powerful. Like like I said, you're ending a cycle, going into a new cycle. That's the whole point of new moons. Kind of like, how can I give back? And how can I manifest, or like really it's a time of manifestation. It's really a time of like basically thinking about what you want your future to look like, and like being able to taste it and feel it and see it, and just all of the emotions involved with it. And that way you're really making it come to life into your reality, because reality is supposed to be more like a dream like state. It's supposed to be like that everything that you set your mind to, you can achieve. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's very much true in the spiritual realm, that you can manifest anything that your heart really desires. So the last energy card that I pulled was 22, which is yin and yang, and this is also in reverse, guys. So it says this card reverse reveals a yang cycle, which is one of active, outgoing energy. This time calls for a more logical approach to things, but the logic needs to be applied to purposeful action. This cycle is often marked by creativity and new beginnings, sometimes with significant outer change. Let yourself apply more forceful energy to the task at hand and take advantage of this highly charged yang time. So again, that balance, guys. The planets there are no planets in retrograde, and that I believe that we have something planned coming up, and I want to say it's in February. I just don't know, maybe like the second week of February. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me, but look it up. Look up when our planets are going to be in retrograde again, and what rules that retrograde, what planet rules that retrograde. That way you kind of know what's going on. And then let me go ahead and just cap off with that Goddess of the Moon collective card that was at the bottom of the deck of the energy oracle. So it says intuition and going within. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The goddess of the moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you can get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with the ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration that brings. Yes, so we need more light workers out there, guys. And for those who are already on that path, I encourage you to see that we are not competitors. All light workers, we all share like interests. We all share the same end goal, which is to help the collective heal, help ourselves heal, help the world change. But on a bigger scheme of things, through spirituality, through educating the community on what holistic healing is, on what spirituality is as a whole, the difference between spirituality and religion, literally, etc., etc., etc. And we need more people that are going to step up and lead by example and be that change, because guys, our world is dark and it's becoming really hard to stay in this 3D way of being. It's just becoming too difficult, and life is not supposed to be that difficult. If you guys really step out of that perspective and again look at your life through a third-party lens, then you might actually want to change. You might actually want to, get up and say, you know what, I got this. Like, no more messing around. I can sit here and basically make my dreams become a reality and come into fruition. But you're not alone. You have people around you that are ready and willing to support you. You have angels that are ready and willing to support you, but all you have to do is ask. Nobody's ever going to step in and say, you know what, no, don't worry about it, I got this. No, it's your life, you're in control, you got this. So take responsibility and actually own up to creating that change in your life. Don't sit around and become stagnant anymore, guys. It's 2020, we're starting a new decade, so you're setting the tone for the next 10 years. And I promise you that this is definitely a time to do it. Let's go ahead and see what the Moonology deck has in store for us for the new moon in Aquarius. Ooh. Well, that was beautiful. Please provide me the Moonology take on our new moon on January 24th, 2020. Please help me to clarity one more. Sorry that my pass-through, guys, is still rusty. I'm practicing. Ooh, that was a lot. All of them? All of them? All of them? Okay. So the collective card is New Moon in Aries. It's time to take action. Definitely. Oh, and then underneath it says New Moon. A start is coming. Yes. Yes. So the cards don't lie, guys. This is definitely some awakening period for a lot of us. So come on. Time to look internal and really do the work. It's okay. We have each other. Okay. Says, don't let your past hold you back. Yes. So let go of the past, especially like past behaviors, past thought patterns, insecurities that no longer serve, fears that no longer serve. Just let it all go, guys. I promise, yeah, it might be like hard to go through this raw, vulnerable period, but do it yourself or do it with a loved one. Do it with someone that you trust. But hold each other accountable of releasing that no longer serves and really calling each other out when you see something that isn't uniform with someone's soul. I do this with my best friend where we basically call each other's bluff. Like if I feel that she's BSing a situation or she's doing something out of ego or an ego mind or out of like fear or traumas or whatever, like I'm gonna call her out and the same in return. So find your tribe, find those that are going to really hold you accountable of things that they know no longer serves a purpose for you. A time for healing. Believe in the impossible and a personal issue reaches solution or resolution. Okay, so it feels like you've known that you've had this spiritual calling, but you've been fighting it. So personal issue reaches resolution. I'm thinking that you're no longer going to be fighting and resisting it. You're really ready to just like let go and accept. It says a time for healing. So yeah, going internally and really healing yourself and helping others heal themselves as well. Again, showing up for yourself allows other people to show up for themselves. And then it says believe in the impossible. So it definitely talks about how you're meant to be like a teacher or some type of spiritual leader in some way. Well, believe in the impossible and be that light worker that you're supposed to be. Very amazing. And it's time to take action. So New Moon in Aries, that talks about just really going for it and not allowing your fears to stunt you. Let's close this reading off with our crystal wisdom. This is the affirmation cards that correlate with the gemstones, and also the color of the gemstones correlate with the chakras. So let's go ahead and take a look. My eyes are closed here, guys. Spirit, please give me the affirmation for our new moon reading for January 24th, 2020. Azurite, expanded awareness. My awareness is expanding with an abundance of clarity. Yes. So that's what the stone looks like, guys. And this is the affirmation. So definitely expanding your third eye awareness and clarity. Really focusing on your crown chakra, your third eye. Don't forget to keep yourself grounded, guys. Find meditation, journal. Do yoga, exercise, be out in like at the beach or at a park or just in nature in general. Make sure that you're connecting with those around you. Watch your words, because your words are definitely manifesting your realities. So if you're talking negative, then your surroundings going to be a lot more negative than you'd like. So just definitely be aware of what you're saying and what energy you're putting out to the world, because manifestation is happening really, really quick right now, guys. And with the new moon energy, it's calling you to focus and, look internal and awaken with that spiritual being and ascend to a different perspective. Therefore, your third eye sees the true reality of what's around you. This has been an incredible reading. I have missed you guys oh so much. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I hope that you found some clarity and insight in this reading today. If you guys ever need anything, feel free to reach out. I know I've been a little busy, but I promise you I'm going to be coming back. If you want to book a reading, go ahead and message me, email me. All of my information is in the description box below, and you can find a lot more information on my Instagram, since I am very active there. All right, guys. Well, peace, love always, and namaste. Have a great weekend.